Boom! Back in the tube. Janik, your host. Today we're gonna keep speaking truth. Yeah. Where I was yesterday, I think I was at mental genocide. I think it's a good start to start our day today talking about mental genocide because this is what's happening. You know, it's far beyond the lies. It's far beyond everything you can even possibly imagine what's going on in the world. You know, the truth. You want to know the truth? It's a mental genocide. That's what it is. Everybody is sleeping dormant. And even people that pretend to, again, my level of consciousness might be a little bit different than some people. Your level of consciousness might be different than some people. But we're all on the path of returning home. This is the main thing here. It's not to judge each other on the kind of a journey we're gonna have to reach home. You know, to reach our natural equilibrium essence that we are, if I can say it like that. So it's very, very important to stop the mental genocide. You know, how do we stop the mental genocide that's going on out there? By awakening, by being aware. By being aware. You know, being aware of the lies will give you great, great power to carry on in your life. To carry the truth, first of all, to carry the truth, to carry yourself. You know, when we talk about truth, we can talk about many stuff outside of ourselves. It's always easier to look outside of ourselves than inside, because inside will demand work, will demand you to work on yourself. So it's always easier for us to go outside of ourselves and find validation that the world is all messed up and upside down with conspiracies. Like, it's easy. You can look for everything outside of yourself. You can look for God too outside of yourself. You can also adapt that mentality that, okay, with that flat earth awakening, they are hiding God. A lot of people say they are hiding God. I was saying that at the beginning. I was like, they must be hiding God or something. They're not hiding God. God is inside of you. But this is what they don't want you to know. That's why I say the flat earth, you got to be careful. It could be another psyop, and it is. It is in some way. You know, I'm not saying that the terrain is not horizontal. The horizon lift at eye level. There's no curve. There's no curve. But what it is, I can tell you. I cannot tell you because I've never seen it, but I know it's not what they say because it's physically impossible. You know, it's like overdosing on marijuana. It's physically impossible. So to live on a ball is physically impossible, because think about the airplane. You know, the airplane traveling around the ball. When it reached the side of the ball, what people would be on the side in the airplane? Like, it doesn't make sense. When they reach the bottom of the ball, they would be upside down in the airplane. Like, this is what they want to bring us to adapt, that there's no up and down. There's no up and down. Everything is spinning counterclockwise, and everything is mixed up, and they want you to be mixed up in your life too, and experience confusion. So that's why when I see a picture like that, I'm going to show you something. It popped in my face today. I was on Facebook, and I saw that picture. It's one of my friend on Facebook, Blackout J. I think he's in Africa or something, but he took a picture in front of something. Not that I'm not saying anything about him wrong. He probably doesn't even know. You know, people are not really aware of that. But look, he's in front of a. You see the picture? He's in Africa somewhere, but he's in front of some kind of a chain. It's a bonhomme. It's a bonhomme with two chains, like never again. And he says, break the mental slavery. Okay, but there's the ball hurt on top. You see how their madness, that's their madness of the Babylonian people. Look what they do. And they put the ball hurt on top. It struck me. I was like, wow, what is that? So I was gonna comment, but I didn't comment. I'm not gonna, seek it. Truth is for people who seek it. If you want to seek the truth, you'll know. And I know that this is pure. Come on, this is another mental slavery. The ball earth and all the Babylonian government propaganda stuff. It's all and this ball earth has been taught to us by the government through textbook, through all kinds of schooling and repetition, and that's all. That's the only place where we've seen a ball. It's in the classroom. It's in places like that because it doesn't exist. So it's like crazy, no? Anyway, I think when I see things like that, I see it right away. But if you're not aware, that's why awareness is very, very important. What is consciousness? What is to be conscious is to be aware, to be aware of what surrounds you. It makes sense to me. But when I see this, I'm like, wow, break the chain of mental slavery, but with the ball hurt on top. It's kind of funny. I laughed. When I saw it, I laughed. I'm like, come on. How do you want to break the chain of mental slavery if you keep lying to people? You're never going to get out slavery. It's just a modern slavery now. We have break the chain of slavery from the past, but now it's just been transferred into modern slavery. That's all it is. We're slaving for that piece of paper, slaving with our minds. Most of all, it's slaving with our minds, because slaving for the piece of paper, you have no choice to go get it. You have no choice to work in Babylon if you want to eat, if you want to pay your rent, so you have no choice. So it's more the mental slavery with the mind. No, the slaving for money, we all do it. We all do it. So there's a comfort in there too. That's another comfort of the group. We're all slaves, so we accept the role to be slave all together. It's crazy. It's all about the group thinking. We're so comfortable in the group thinking, and terrible. Then this is why we are committing mental genocide. Another truth is the food poison. I saw another picture. I don't know if this is a real picture, but it's pretty shocking. Let me tell you, I was pretty much on shock. When it comes to food poison, there's a lot out there. And look at this. One of my friends on Facebook posted that. That's a piece of pork. That's a piece of pork with the pus. There was an abscess in the piece of meat, and the abscess broke, and the pus started to leak on the table, and people eat that shit. They go and cook it after. Yeah, he goes and cook it and serve it to people, and people eat that stuff. Now, is the picture real? Me, I think it's real. There's all kinds of disease in animal. We feed them all kinds of GMOs, scrap, and so for sure there's going to be a disease. There's going to be stuff happening to animals as much as us. We have abscess. We have all kinds of cancer, all kinds of stuff happening to us because we're poisoned from all over. Poison from every angle, in the sky, in the grocery aisle, everywhere. There's poison everywhere. And not only that, not only we feed the poison to ourselves, but we feed it to our children. Yeah, we feed it to our children, the poison, so they can be intoxicated too. The intoxication goes from generation to generation. And from generation to generation, no one is able to think properly because they're so intoxicated with so much satanic rituals and satanic inculcation that they can't even think. They can't even think properly. They can't think clear. I know. I've lived it, so I know what it feels. I know how it feels. And whether you want to see it or not, that you are intoxicated or not, just look at your ability to think for yourself. Just look at your ability to reason and to philosoph on your life, or to ask yourself some question. You will probably never ask question if you're intoxicated with poison. That's why the poison is in the food. I'm certainly very, very convinced about that the poison in the food has a lot to do with our state, with our oblivious state and our state of not functioning. And the fact that we eat so much scrap also keep us very, very in sync with the propaganda, with the nonsense. This is what happened too. All it goes together. It's all linked. If you keep eating poison and bad food and stuff like that, it will, have repercussion in your everyday life. And they know it. They know it's vibrational. So they send bad vibration into our bodies, and we develop this ease. It's easy to see, easy to understand once you open your eyes to life. But if you never open your eyes to life and you live in a bubble and you can see the outside your bubble and reach out to other people to learn, because this is what we must do, is reach out to each other to finally be able to learn something here, be able to see clear in all this madness, all this confusion. And food poisoning is one to avoid for sure. You want to take control of your life. You want to take charge of your life. You want to be healthy and energized. Energy. I get it. I get all kinds of energy because I eat proper food. I don't go into I don't give up my vibration to stuff that doesn't deserve it. I keep my vibration very, very high, with food, with live chat on YouTube. With this keeps me very much alive. It's necessary for me to do it because I need motivation. I need motivation because I have so much pain in my knee. I need motivation. I need that. That's a need. That's part of me now. I need it. It's part of me. It comes at ease now because it's necessary for me. It's necessary to go through this because I have so much pain that I let the pain drive me to reach higher level. That's what we must do. The pain could be mental, like physical. We can have all kinds of pain. Most of the pain will come in the mental way. A lot of the pain we experience is mentally. Like we can experience pain physically also. Women are always closer to enlightenment than men because they experience pain body constantly. Month of 12 weeks a year. So they experience pain body, so they're close to enlightenment. But yeah, the pain body can bring you, if you listen to the calling, if you are attentive to the moment, it can bring you much higher than you are now, for sure. If you let the pain drive you, hey, ooh, that's a great, great motivator. Yeah, the truth, the world is a stage, for sure. For sure, there's so much stuff. Just look around. When I say the world is a stage, is pretty much all the big events, the big all the big. They say that there's terrorist attack and stuff like that. Most of them is stuff staged by the government to keep us in fear. To keep us in fear. That's for sure. I know that today. I can feel it because people with bad vibes like that in their heart, I have never met any in my life. I've never met any terrorists or people with such anger in their heart. There is fucked up people. I'm not saying that there's no, but it's also the trauma from society that brings them to exteriorize their trauma like that. We're all under severe trauma here. It's a very, very strange world. Very strange world, especially when you start getting in touch with truth and then you or getting in touch with the lies, because who knows what's the truth and the whole truth, and are we gonna ever know the what's going on here and what's that's it. Propaganda. There's propaganda. So much propaganda is everywhere in society. Propaganda is rampant in our society. It's something that is, hey, come on. When you think about it, look at it. Almost the moment you open the TV, you get bombarded with bad vibration, first of all, because everything is very much arranged for you to harvest your vibration. If you don't see it, you've been blinded by the light of the TV or something. But yeah, for sure, everything is there to harvest your energies, harvest your frequency. And propaganda is Is everywhere. Is everywhere in media. Everywhere you look in the media, you will see propaganda. When have you ever looked at the news and look at your significant others, or that you feel good? Oh, I feel so good about the world because I watch the news. No one can say that. It's all negative stuff. It's all people killing each other and bad stuff happening in the world. So it's not really positive. You will not get positivity on TV. So very important if you want to start thinking properly, also thinking clear, is to unplug from the TV. That's the best. That's the best favor you'll do to yourself probably in a lifetime, is unplug from that Babylonian source that is the tell you a vision, because that's what it does. It's telling you a vision. But also the let go. The let go happens gradually. The let go happens gradually. You're not going to let go of everything, of all your bad habits from one day to another. I don't expect that, and that's not what I'm telling you. It goes by stages. Like, you're not going to let go of everything from one day to another. Slowly, you will realize that. Then you will let go of the meat, of the TV, of all the nonsense. All the nonsense is gradually going to go away. That's what it did for me. First, I shut off the TV, but then I return it on the next day. Then I shut it off the night after. Oh, no, there's a hockey game. I want to watch it. Until your brain really gets acquainted to the fact that it's there to control your mind. If you don't know what you're using, what it's for, the real purpose of it, you will continue using it. But if you are aware of the real purpose of the stuff you're using consciously, you will not give out to it. You will not use it. So this is what happened for me. At one point, I realized that all this was there to keep me out of focus, to keep me out of actualizing myself. Because I think this is one of the main goals we should have, is really actualizing ourselves while we're here. We don't have much time here. We don't have much time. Life is very short. Life is so if you don't actualize yourself during one lifetime, when are you going to do it? Like, we must come out strong and say who we are, and not let people tell us who we are. We all have this very special mission to accomplish here. It's just to get in touch with it. Get in touch with your mission. Get in touch with what you came to do here. All the magnificent power that you can access inside of you, not outside, because many people will make you look outside of yourself. They will look outside of yourself. That's what I listened to it until I had a breakdown, and not a breakdown, but a breakout or something. And I realized that the journey had to be internal. And then going internal was coming live on YouTube. This is doing an internal journey, because this is like to myself. It's like talking to myself. Yeah, there's viewers live, but I rewatch the videos after, and I see where I see what I was thinking at certain time, or this and that, and I can become a better speaker or better if I practice. But this is why I come here. It's to practice and to get my stuff to where I want to get it. And at the same time, I share my experience of life and my story and all the stuff I have inside, all I have in my heart, for sure. Sports and distractions. Sports and the truth about sports and distraction. Sports, come on. Especially professional sports. Now I'm not talking about the children that play hockey in the street or stuff like that. I'm talking about professional sports. This is all there to harvest your energy, to make you think that it's reality, that, we have to fight country over country for who's the best in baseball, in any sport. Any sport, it's all competition. It's very important for them to create competition in between us. Competition, because this way we stay divided. We don't realize that we are one if we are in competition with each other. And life, this rat race, is all about competition. That's all it is about. Compete against each other. So if we're not conscious that we are being manipulated in that way, you will fight everybody in your life. You will be just for yourself, and you will think the world at large is a reflection of yourself. You will think everybody is just like you. This is why we don't get out this madness. Me, I see the world in a very, very positive eye, in a very uplifting mood. And this is what I see outside in the world, most of it. And when I look at, not with some people, but some people have lots of life. It's not because you're not awake to your conscience is not rising or elevating that you don't have life. Some people, they just need a little insight, and they're gonna be gone because they know the truth. The truth, we all know it. The truth, we all know it because we are the truth. So we're just avoiding ourselves. We're avoiding ourselves together. And this is why we have let go of all our power, and they control the world. And not only they control the world, they control what you think. They know what you think is bullshit. So they make fun of you. They make fun of me. They make fun of everybody. They go up supposedly in an international swimming station and make all kinds of stupid experiment with nonsense stuff just to make fun of us. Just to make fun of us because we're hypnotized. We're totally. Because, to not be able to recognize what's going on, because I didn't see it also, we have to be pretty freaking asleep. Pretty asleep. Very, very much asleep to not realize that all the crap and the bullshit and their stuff. You have to be hypnotized. You have to be hypnotized in trance and trust. You trust the government. You trust the government that they're telling you the truth. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. We trust the government too much. And we think that they're telling us the truth. We never think that. I never thought in my life that they would lie on the shape of the earth. Come on. They can lie to me about many, many stuff. I know they're lying about many stuff. Like, it's like you just look at all the scandals in the government, the money and stuff like that, and the corruption. The corruption is rampant. Rampant, the corruption. They take care of their friends big time. That's what it is. It's a brotherhood. So even when it comes to construction in cities and stuff like that, they take care of their friend. It's all a clique. It's all a big clique that controls it's all secret societies and people in the background, and the one you see in the forefront are not really there to direct the destiny of anything. They're there to create confusion, to keep the masses asleep. That's why politics is there. That's why everything is there. Everything is in place in the system to keep us asleep, to keep us in a state that we don't realize who we are, and we don't realize what we came to do here. Everything in this system is pure fantasy. Pure fantasy. It's a big matrix of illusion. I see it clear. I can point anything that is, I just got to walk around and I'll tell you, look at this, that. Just by the signs and the symbols. Look, just take the sign of that's what most people don't look at. I don't know if I can find it. I probably can find it. Hold on. It's the sign of Radio-Canada. Hold on. I'm going to show you that. Not the other day I was walking in Trois-Rivières and I was in front of Radio-Canada. It's the broadcasting Radio-Canada logo. There you go. It's the broadcasting corporation in Canada. Okay? But most people will never question what this logo is. This is the logo of Radio-Canada, okay? And if you look in the middle, there's the sun in the middle. And what's all around? It's the 12 astrological sign. 12 things around. Plus the sun in the middle. They worship stuff like that. They know, not they worship, but they know truth. People in those high societies, in those high places, they know stuff we don't know. So they arrange the society. They make the portrait of the society. All the vibrations vibrate. I'm not saying it's evil. It's not that. It's very. If there's something, it's very conscious. It's very conscious because you have the sun in the middle plus the 12 signs around. So it's very conscious. But this is what we're not. We're not conscious enough to see it. So that's the vibration. That's a vibration. That's how I see it. And they know that. They know how to manipulate the vibrational field, and that's why they are successful, because they know how to manipulate it. But we are dormant, sleeping, living dead, zombified. So we cannot even sense life anymore. We can't even sense ourselves. So how do you want us to see things like that? That's what I'm telling you. Most people will never question this in their life. Never. Never. They will go right by it. They will watch TV all their life and never ask, what is that symbol about? Me, the moment I seen it, I'm like, okay, that means something. I look at the round. 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 the million, 12 a half moon around, or a quarter moon. Even the quarter, why there's 4 quarters. Anyway, there's a lot to, there's domes too. Dome over the rising sun. You look at here, how they have it. It's like a dome over the rising sun. Anyway, you can see all kinds of things in there. Symbols mean something, but this is what we have lost, is the ability to think for ourselves and to see things clear and to reason properly. So we have let go of ourselves. We are lost at sea, in a sea of distraction. Sea of distraction. The distractions are everywhere. And that's because people are very, very busy with their life. Okay, we're very busy working. But on top of that, we have all kinds of distractions that keep us away from working on ourselves, working on our dream, actualizing ourselves. We let go of everything. Everything. We have let go of ourselves. We have signed out of our bodies. Signed out of our bodies and our mind. We are totally absent in a moment. Totally absent in a moment. Once we're going to reconnect with the moment, this is a very, very important part to regain our powers, to reconnect in the moment, to realize that in this moment, everything is perfect, everything is available, everything is consciousness. Also, it's important to realize that, because then you're going to act in a way that will impact this universal consciousness. It's very important. Everything that you do, all little action that you do have a repercussion in your life. So every decision you're going to take, sometimes you're going to take a decision and can have a ripple effect for years on your life. Be very careful of this, but also it's to harness the power of decision. Harness the power of decision. Very, very important. Because if we don't, ici tête in gematria 36, yeah. 36, 666. Yeah, but again, all these things, I'm still researching a lot in this, but gematria and stuff like that, I'm looking at it more and more. But also, I don't want to get lost too much in intellectualizing things. This is where I think in the search of truth, we get lost a bit in the rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. It's never ending because we intellectualize a bit too much. We should love things. If you go back 500, 600, 700 years ago, people were probably not intellectualizing things so much. There wasn't so much technologies to control our minds. We would have been more oriented towards nature, for sure. I would have been very curious to live back then. I would have liked to live like 1,000 years ago, just to see how people were living, the state of consciousness, and I'm sure there was no, first of all, there was no propaganda like we have today on TVs and stuff. There was nothing of that. So the life must have been very much aligned with their true nature, with who they were. Like, go back 1,000 years ago, people they have destroyed our way of living. They have destroyed all the shamans in the world. All these people have been killed and massacred, and there's just so much stuff that they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know, and they have buried deep. They have buried deep, but in plain sight. Deep in plain sight. That's what they have done. And that's why at one point, some of us are seeing clear in all the stuff. And that's it. There's so much to learn. But also to learn, you must unlearn what you have learned previously. It's very, very important, because if not, we'll never So TV is another. The truth about the TV, it deliver a program. That's what it is. That's why it's called a TV program. The TV is very clear to me that it's the probably the best weapon of mass distraction is the TV. That's a weapon of mass distraction. All the masses are distracted on TV, mostly sports and stuff like that, and movies and nonsense. When you think about it, some people will pass 5, 6, 7 hours a day in front of the TV. I think the average American pass 4 hours a day on his TV. 4 hours a day watching TV. Imagine how lobotomized you are after. Imagine that. And all the time you spend watching TV, playing on your phone, all those nonsense gadgets you have around, you could use it, spend that time working on your dream, working on achieving something, on actualizing yourself while you're still alive. Don't wait till you rot in the ground. You're still alive today. Why not start today? Why not start to starve the distraction slowly? We all have distraction. I starved them slowly, little by little, when I recognized what was my distraction. But you have to recognize it. What keeps you away from actualizing yourself? If you can't point the finger on what keeps you away from actualizing yourself, if you cannot recognize the programming you've been put under, how do you want to liberate yourself? So recognizing the program is a must. Recognizing that we've been bamboozled and treated like fools, like fools. You can fool some people sometime, but you can fool all the people all the time. We're waking up. It's an awakening. For sure, it's an awakening like never before. I did a nice interview yesterday with DVG, the coach. And very nice interview. Great man. I had lots of fun. It was great. He's going to probably publish it this week on his channel. Check him out. His channel is Conscious Minds. And very nice Mehmet Da Vinci. Yeah, very nice man. And that's what it is. Once you start to connect with others, once you start recognizing the divinity in others, it's so much easier to reach out to others. Most people will not encourage other people on the way to their dream because they don't have dream themselves. So if you don't have a dream yourself, you're not encouraging others. But you're gonna go on Facebook and you're gonna be like, what is you're gonna see people chasing their dreams, and you're just gonna be jealous because you have nothing yourself. You have no dream, nothing to look for in life. All you have is drama and nonsense in your life. So that's all you gonna replicate in your life. So very important to have something to work on. Don't be jealous of people because they're working on something or they're trying to reach their highest potential while they're alive, while they're here. One life to live. Tick tock, tick tock. It's like a roll of toilet paper. I told you. The faster you get to the end, the faster it unrolls. So the faster your life goes, the faster you feel it slip out of your hand. So at one point, when we're young, we don't feel that time is our time here is limited. We don't feel that because we feel invincible. But when you reach a certain experience in life, I don't like to say age, but a certain experience, you realize a lot of stuff. And you want to get away from the nonsense and all the stuff you've been programmed with. And to me, it makes sense. Another truth I have is the calendar and the time manipulation. This calendar is so evil, so much to keep us in wartime, locked in war, to remember the war days, to remember this. Why do we have to remember war? What? We have to be proud of that we went to war, that we killed each other. We're proud of that. So we have to put that on the calendar to make sure we remember that. This is pure satanic stuff, pure evil stuff, pure evil stuff. And, if we don't start realizing what manipulates us in our everyday life, and the manipulation is, they don't want to motivate us. It's clear. When you motivate, it's for a mutual advantage. When you manipulate, it's for your self-personal advantage. And this is what they're doing. They're manipulating us for their advantage only. We're not reaping the profit here of that manipulation, as far as I'm concerned. Look at all the suffering in the world. So, calendar, the time manipulation, very important to keep us slack in time. I'm not saying that time is not divine in some way. Like, okay, if you want to have time, we have time for sure. We have the sun and the moon giving us night and day, and but night and day, yeah, night and day. There's night and days, and just I don't like too much false duality. I think it's just the absence of light, or once the sun goes, he goes. It's the absence of light. It's not because there's darkness, or I think there's a. It's never. Yeah, it could be completely dark if there's no light, but it's the absence of light. That's it. So yeah, so the time manipulation. If you want to talk about time, we have the sun, the moon, celestial stuff to. If you want, refer to time. Yeah, but it's not. It's not something that I let myself manipulate with time. I don't let time manipulate my whole life. And I try to, stay very conscious of the stuff that is around me to manipulate me. And if I'm staying conscious enough, I will not let it manipulate me. Simple. Yeah. So time is another one. Don't let it manipulate yourself. Music industry, that's another thing. It's completely it's a big fraud. It's a big fraud, the music industry. It's so much harvesting energy there. And it's everywhere. If you cannot disturb too much. You can disturb, but not too much. And if you disturb too much, you will not play in big festivals and stuff like that. And it's all controlled, not controlled in a way that there is people controlling and pulling the string. No, we do the control ourselves. This is the thing also. This is how the psychos is going far. It's not because there's people pulling strings. Is we do the madness for them. We let ourselves be controlled. We judge each other constantly, nonstop. All this mind control, the worst form of mind control come from each other. From me, not me to you, but like us to each other. That's the worst form of mind control. Is judging each other and making fun of each other and not helping and loving each other. That's the worst form of because we're all for ourselves. So the moment we're gonna get out of this, we're gonna see. Gonna attach a little bit more to the oneness and what we came to do here. Because I don't think we came here just to pay bills and die, and that's our whole life, and that's what life is. I think we have superpowers that we are not even aware of, even today. Even today, I talk to you, and there's powers that I'm sure I'm not even aware about. Stuff that I can do that I'm not even aware. But if we keep on searching, this is also what we're doing here. We're searching all together, each on our side, doing our experience with life, and this is what's wonderful. After we come together, share it, and do hangouts and stuff, and it's good. This is what we must do. We have internet to connect together, to speak to each other. I can come here in the comfort of my house and talk to you and deliver all my thoughts, and you can be in Australia, wherever, and listen to me. So this is going to make the consciousness grow so fast if we start using internet for the right purpose. For the right purpose, for what we have built it for. Because this is what it came for. It's not for nonsense. We have turned it into nonsense pretty much, internet, because we are asleep. But the moment we're going to raise the consciousness like it's doing now, internet is going to become a very, very huge platform to connect with each other and realize our magnificence all together. It's not alone. Alone, I can realize a lot of stuff about myself. I can realize I'm God. I can realize I'm this, I'm that. But will that have any impact here if other people don't wake up? Like the godly experience, we can all have it. We can all have it. It's a matter of waking up. Man awaken is God. Don't look for God outside of yourself. They didn't hide God from you. You hide it from yourself. That's the psyop behind the flat earth. Everybody tells you they want to hide God. They want to hide God. You are hiding it because it's inside yourself. It's everywhere around you. They're not hiding God. God is everywhere. God is inside me, is inside you. It's everything that has life. This is the creator. This is the life force, the energy that we're driven by. The love. You know what is love? This is what love is. Nothing else. Love is life. Yeah. And if we can recognize what is life, because now even we don't even recognize what's life, we destroy every life form, every sentient being on earth that has life, even the mosquitoes and everything. We love to kill, we love to kill, we love to cause harm, and but this is the evil side of us. This is the evil side of us. We have another side that is very, very pure, and that's right when we enter this world. This is love and pure consciousness. This is what we are at start. So why is there so much hate and anger and bad vibrations? Because it's taught to us as we grow up. Because there's not a baby that come in this world with a bad state of mind. Come on, it cannot happen. I don't see it possible. Other than if it's taught to you by your environment. When you grow up, you have an environment. That's what you pick up, your environment around you, for sure. And this world is so confused, and parents teach their fears to the children, most of all, most of the time. So it's to get out that fear state. And so Jordan is here. No mask. No, had a TV for years. My memory improved almost. Yeah. Also, the memory will improve overnight. The moment you shut off that TV, I'm telling you, this is the best favor you'll do in your life. Might be hard at the beginning because you're going to feel like you missed something, or you let go of something that you're going to miss, and because it's an habit watching TV, and it's an habit. That's all you have. It's an habit, turning on the TV and watching the bad news and the propaganda and the lies. Mostly it's filled with lies. Like I would say probably 70%, close to 75% of what you see on TV is packed with lies and manipulation. There is truth. There is truth for sure. They cannot pack it only with lies because people would see it. But there's truth. There's maybe 25% of it that's true. But we're talking about weather and stuff like that, not about events, world events. They're not going to portray world events as being truth on TV. The real truth about it and how it happened and everything, because pretty much everything is staged. So today we will be on the Truman Show. Don't miss the Truman Show today. I'm on at 11 in 2 hours and 15 minutes with on the Truman Show with Pilot Elix, Anthony Testaforte, Steve Torrance, and Dr. Zach. Dr. Zach. We're going to have a great panel on the Truman Show. And I'll be back again tonight, 7 p.m. My time, Montreal, with Santos Bonacci. Saturday Night Live with Santos Bonacci on the Truman Show. Don't miss it. And tomorrow will be 2 reggae sets. Dr. Lugander at 11, something like that. 11 or 1. And at night, my friend Capo from Boston, Massachusetts. Jacob, he lives in Boston. So for Truman Show this weekend, so don't miss it. It's going to be, it's going to be great. Great time to connect. Greatest time to be alive. So we rise and shine together as one. Yeah, he's out.